go, guys. Bam. This is first bass of the day. Largemouth. Not a bad fish either. Nice start to the day. Bam, we're up here fishing real shallow. That's a nice largemouth right there. It is pretty chilly this morning, Jim. But it's not a bad bass to start the day. This fish is definitely not spawned, got a nice little belly on her. But it's a good start. Hopefully there's plenty more of those to come from. It's real windy out here today, guys, so we're up here on the shore. Winds from the south. We're up on the south shore, and it got real cold last night, but the water's starting to warm up. The clouds are blowing off. The sun's coming out. Hopefully these fish start picking up. We're seeing a lot of bass. Like, I don't know if you can see, but there's a bass right there, decent size. There's some crappie in here. So hopefully with this water warming up a little bit, we're gonna start catching some fish. Well, guys, what we're doing right now is we're fishing this shallow shoreline, and it's rocky. There's mixed reeds. It looks like it'd be pretty good smallmouth territory, but right now what we're finding is a lot of largemouth and some crappies. They're pretty spooky this morning. So right now I'm throwing a Texas rigged beaver tail, but I'm thinking about putting on either a worm or a lizard with no weight. A little less aggressive approach, and maybe it won't scare these fish when it's hitting the water. I'll be able to work it more subtle. They're hitting this beaver tail, but you got to get a way out. There's a bite. You got to get a way out in front of the boat. I got a little bass playing with this. You got to get a way out in front of the boat to get them to bite. There was a fish ticking this. It might be. Oh, look at the school of fish following my bait, Jimmy. Tons of bluegills. And they're just ticking the tail of this thing. I get a visual, yeah. Whole school of bluegill. Got him. Largemouth. Not a bad fit. I mean, it's a decent fit. We're seeing a lot of fish here, guys, but they are tough to get to bite today. I don't know if it's the real cold it got last night. This is the first day off a cold front. That could be part of it. But they are not ultra aggressive today. This guy, he came up and popped it. Not a bad largemouth, but this lake is capable of producing some big bass, so we're hoping to get into some of these nice ones. Right now I'm using two rods. This one I've got rigged with a lizard. The other one I've got rigged with the beaver tail. And both are getting bit. But like I said, it's tough today. Got one, guys. It's a nice largemouth. He hit harder. I mean, this is a good fish, but the way he hit, I thought it was just gonna be a real beast. I mean, oh, he spit it at the boat. It's a good looking fish. But, oh, look at that tree right under the boat, Jim. Is that a brush shelter? That's a brush shelter. This should hold. Yeah, you can see the bricks. That should hold fish. There's one up there and that's it. There's no fish on it. God, that's a baby. But it's tough fishing today. The conditions are not great. We're coming off, it's the first day off a cold front, which is never good. It was cold this morning and it's super windy today, but we're starting to get a few bites. Hopefully things keep picking up. There we go. This guy pounded that lizard. It's not a bad largemouth. These fish are just cruising through. Largemouth are definitely not on their beds yet. This guy was just cruising through. He saw that lizard and came and pounded it.
Not a bad one for you.
Yeah, it's not a bad largemouth. It's just been tough fishing today with this cold weather. But we're still managing to get bit sometimes.
You're just bringing that straight in.
Yeah, I'm just nice slow retrieve. You kind of want it just floating up there. With the lizard, with the beaver tail, it's a little more aggressive. That time it was the lizard. Is that the one I just caught, or is there a fish just sitting right under the boat? I think that's a different fish. Look at that. I don't think it'll show up on the GoPro. I'm just gonna jig in his face and see if he'll hit. He won't hit. Come on, guy. Come on, guy. That guy wanted nothing to do with it. Yeah, Jim? Oh yeah, I see him. Nice hit, Jim. Jim's
Big fish. Big fish.
Jim's hooked up with a nice large. It's a nice largemouth.
Finally caught a fish.
It's not. Oh, there's another one running with him. I wish I could get my bait in there.
You should.
I don't want to tangle the lines. Plus, he'll be up next to the boat.
About 5 pounds.
I don't know if I'd go to 5 pounds, but it's a nice largemouth. That's a nice fish. Nothing wrong with this fish. He pound that wacky worm?
Yep.
Yep.
It's actually a nice fish tank.
That's not. It's a nice largemouth.
I think it's one of the day.
Yeah, that's a nice fish.
Grab that.
What?
Jeez, Danny.
It's a nice largemouth. Look at the belly on that girl.
That's a dandy.
She is nowhere near spawning though.
No.
At least we're found the fish. Well, we caught some here before. It's just this wind makes it really tough to fish.
I think, yeah. Subtle. That's
Yeah.
a nice fish.
That was a nice fish. Yeah, it's got to be a slow presentation, and you know, some of them will come up and pound it. A lot of them are just gonna watch that bait go by, but it raised a nice bluegill. Supposed to say fish on. Jim and I almost had a double. I ripped it out. I saw the fish come up.
That little bass again.
No, there's some nice bass.
You know, that's a nice bass, Danny.
Right. There you go, Jim. Jim with a nice largemouth. Yeah, that's a pretty looking fish too. That same cast, I had one hit, ripped the hook set, and didn't get a hook in him. Mine, I was working it really fast, and I could.
I saw a bed, and I cast it at the bed.
Oh, you pull. Oh, okay.
I pulled him off the bed. He actually came out a little bit to come and get it. But yeah, what they want is a slow, nothing floating presentation.
They are very finicky. My last one actually was aggressive. He came flying out after it, pounded it. I ripped it. Must have been what was too good of a hook set. Little largemouth. He hit that wacky worm. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Little largemouth.
Not a monster, but they're still fun to catch.
Right. Anytime you're catching fish, it's fun. Jim's hooked up with largemouth. That's a nice fish too.
He's racing out after it.
Did he? Oh, he hit that jig.
Yeah, he got the jig on it. Another nice fish, Danny.
There's nothing. Yeah, that's a good quality fish. Man, that wind.
I mean, that's a nice fish.
Yep. Look at the belly on that guy.
That's a dandy fish.
Yep.
You know?
That's a good, healthy
Fish.
Good healthy largemouth. Back he goes. Here we go, guys. Hooked up with another fish. We've been all over this lake today, guys, and this wind is just relentless. So we're back up in this corner. We've been here throughout the day because it's the only spot you can kind of get out of the wind. That's a small one. But you know, we've caught our fish today. We didn't set the world on fire, but tough conditions with this wind plus the cold front. You know, I should be fishing in shorts right now. Instead, I'm fishing in a jacket. But we've gotten a few fish. We'll get a few more. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We had a pretty good day today. We caught a few bass, didn't set the world on fire. It was tough tough conditions. We had a lot of wind. We had the cold front the last 2 days. It was cold this morning. I think it was 40 some degrees when we got out here. It's warmed up, it's decent now. Let's see, I don't know, it's probably in the upper 50s. I think it's gonna get in the low 60s today. But it was tough fishing. We caught a few. If this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do videos just like this, so you can kind of follow me around as I'm fishing. So like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.